Welcome to Exclusive with Taghreed Hussein tonight, and we'll be continuing our discussion concerning a very significant topic, Egypt's initiative that has already been undertaken in order to enhance the deployment of renewable energy technologies. We'll be focusing on Egypt's ability also to maintain economic growth and also sustainability and energy security. It's very important, energy security, in light of the country's current strategy and according to Egypt's Vision 2030. My guest of honor for tonight is Dr. Mohamed El Khayat, head of the New and Renewable Energy Authority. Dr. Khayat, thank you so much. And we are continuing our discussion on this exclusive concerning a very important topic and a very important authority that is drawing the framework for the future of sustainable and renewable energy in Egypt. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for having me again, and to shed more light regarding the efforts already exerted by the state regarding maximizing the benefit for natural resources and renewable energy projects. Thank you very much.
Yes, taking from your words, maximizing the potential, and we were talking last episode concerning the Bimban solar park and how it is really capable of producing electricity enough in order to power hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses in Egypt. So this is actually making the difference, because the president is always giving directives on how can we facilitate the life of Egyptians. So for the ordinary Egyptian and also for people all over the world watching us, how such projects will really make a difference in Egyptians' lives?
Let me start from the socio-economic dimension. Mm-hmm. And as we mentioned in the last episode, that we can consider that Aswan could be a capital for renewable energy by hosting both hydropower, represented by Haidam and Aswan 1, and many other hydropower projects, in addition to Bimban Solar Complex. In addition to Bimban Solar Complex, there is another projects already under development or construction in Komombo, which is also in Aswan. Regarding the socio-economic dimension, we can imagine how many people already now working in renewable energy, how many job opportunities already facilitated for the youth and different categories of the society to join such projects. As I mentioned in the last episode, the number of workers in Bimban Solar Complex was 10,000, and most of them are coming from Upper Egypt. This confirms the commitment of the state to for the mitigating the empowerment for
the mitigation of power,
the mitigation of unemployment, regarding the youth, and to open more opportunities for them. In addition to them, based on Bimban Solar Complex, there are two schools already established in Bimban regarding the technical education or vocational education regarding the renewable energy, and in specific for solar energy projects. In addition to that, attracting more than 2.2 billion US$ from the foreign direct investment, this represents a lot for the economic
growth of the country, definitely.
Exactly. It gives confidence for the other investment fields and sectors, and also represent the attractiveness for Egypt to attract more and more
foreign direct investment.
And frankly speaking, based on the success story in Bimban, now we have amazing power purchase agreements for new projects for renewable energy projects, represented by solar and wind, and all of them, which is already, by the way, mostly contracted during the last year, which is the year 2020. Meanwhile, the world is
Yeah, it was having a stalemate during COVID. So
exactly.
a big challenge.
Exactly. Yeah. On the other hand, Egypt was having more and more momentum for renewable energy projects and more and more contracts.
And also here projects from generated from wind power.
Yes, but some of them are from what we can say early projects already installed in Hurghada and something like that, and it's a history for renewable energy in Egypt. And after that, we moved, as I mentioned, for the commercial project. In addition to that, having or maximizing the value added from the natural resources represented by solar and wind reduce the dependency on fossil fuel and consequently elevate and reduce the subsidy bill, which is regarding the fuel such as diesel and gasoline and other fuels. In addition to that, when we have a renewable energy project with around 20 years contract for wind and 25 years contract for solar, we have fixed prices for this long period, and consequently we can reduce the risk for changing the prices of such source of electricity. This could give the state more vision regarding having affordable electricity price in the future for the Egyptians, inshallah.
Yeah, and this is a very important point, is how to have an affordable prices, but at the same time providing quality services.
Exactly.
That's the important equation. Egypt is advancing actually in developing renewable energy sources, and this has actually created a marketable electricity surplus in the country that is set now to grow also significantly. So the future, can we say that the future is bright regarding Egypt's renewable energy treasure?
Alhamdulillah, but before I comment on this, I would like to highlight what I can say, the cost of the investment already paid from the state regarding electricity, renewable energy, in addition to the quality of electricity, as you already mentioned. And thank you very much for this question. Before 2014, we have only 6,000 of cables for transmission lines. Within the last 4 or 5 years, the same length already installed. More than 500 billion Egyptian pound already invested in the electricity sector. This represents the commitment that electricity is not a matter of service, it's a national security issue. This is the key issue regarding the electricity and renewable energy. Regarding the new investments, and as you already mentioned, meanwhile there is a slowdown in the global economy. The countries are totally closed.
Due to the COVID
stalemate. Due to the COVID. And what has been done, frankly speaking, in Egypt during the last year, 2020, could be an amazing story. More than 2,400 megawatt new projects already.
Again, the figure, Your Excellency, 2,400.
Yes, or 2,400
megawatt.
2,400 megawatt, which is almost more than 30% out of the installed capacities now. Now the capacities already installed in Egypt represent 18% from the daily electricity generated in Egypt. Consequently, when we have new contracts with this huge
companies,
exactly, and projects, this represent the commitment of the country that the road for renewable energy is already sustained. It is not one shot, it's a continuous episodes for renewable energy. And in the future, we have more and more, not only for renewable energy itself, but for the new, or let me say, for the future products represented by green hydrogen, and also for the desalination, in addition to the storage. And this is a new story for using renewable energy in the future too.
Yes, a very important clue that you gave me, Dr. Mohamed, concerning the road, how the road today, as he said, for renewable energy is sustained. And if we're going to link this with the road for the new republic, so we are putting here important milestones on the road of achieving the President's vision and Egypt's vision 2030 in the field of renewable energy. Our advances in developing the different renewable energy sources has been a source of pride, and as Dr. Mohamed has said, that such investment and such figures and those partnerships, more than 2,400 megawatts added. This in figures means a lot to the world market today.
In simple figure, more than 2.5 billion US dollar investment in renewable energy only in 2020.
Yes, that's great, and that's a very optimistic note. And we're really optimistic of a new republic that is going to be the pride of all Egyptians. And also before the world, we're opening new opportunities also for foreign direct investment. Stay with us.
اللي بيتعمل ده من فضل ربنا علينا، بنتقدم وهنتقدم اكتر، وده اللي يهمنا ان احنا ندي للناس امل ان في تغيير وفي فرص للعمل. القوات المسلحه لما تقوم بالدور ده مش على حساب ابدا القطاع الخاص او القطاع المدني، بالعكس القطاع الخاص مرحب بيه للشراكه. أقول لكل من شارك في نجاح وإخراج المصنعين في أقصر وقت كل الشكر وكل التقدير ليكم.
So new projects on Egyptian soil, and we're talking also green hydrogen, which is considered to be a very important milestone produced in Egypt. Definitely it's going to make a great contribution, and also going to compete with its peers worldwide. So how is the production of green hydrogen today, Dr. Mohamed, opening new windows for Egypt if we compare to what is produced in the world?
Thank you very much again for this question, because we do believe that green hydrogen will be a new chapter for renewable energy in Egypt. This fully dependent on the abundant resources for both wind and solar. Egypt, alhamdulillah, is enriched with both of them. And as a commitment, the state already allocated more than 7,600 square kilometer of arid areas for renewable energy projects. In a simple way, and to imagine how big this number, it is simply more than 10 times of some of states. I'm not like to say the name of state, but yani, it's a huge area, which alhamdulillah in Gulf of Suez, which is enriched with high wind speed, in addition to the solar energy already in Upper Egypt, and as we mentioned in Aswan, El Minya, Bani Suif, Asyut, and alhamdulillah in both west and east banks of the Nile River. Based on this huge potential, based on the low cost and the devaluation of renewable energy cost all over the world, based on what has been done during the last year, 2020, and having fascinating contracts for renewable energy from both wind and solar, a lot of international consortiums are knocking the door now to invest in Egypt for green hydrogen. And to have what we can say, as Dr. Gamal Hamdan mentioned, usually الموقع الفلتة, the unique
geographical location.
Exactly for Egypt, and to have this unique position or the new geographic position for Egypt, enriched with the natural resources from wind and solar, and to generate green hydrogen for the domestic applications, in addition to using this geographic location for exporting for different locations, especially Europe and Asia and maybe North America or something like this. This endued with the success story already done in Egypt, the legal framework already stated, which is in a dynamic with the market. It is not a static one. Usually we have a development for the legislative framework. In addition to the bylaws, which is matching or matched with the international market dynamics, which is the target is to facilitate and ease business of renewable energy in Egypt. And this, frankly speaking, is not a job for the new and the Renewable Energy Authority itself. It's a harmony among all the national entities represented by a lot of ministries and agencies.
And the agencies, yes.
Exactly.
If we talk about this sense of international collaboration with your peers worldwide, and how do different international agencies worldwide see Egypt's potential today in the field of renewable energy?
As we mentioned, based on Benban Solar Complex and what is now under development in Gulf of Suez wind complex, which will be another success story for renewable energy, this confirms the trust of the international financing institutions to come and invest and bump all of this huge investment in Egypt. And this, frankly speaking, based on what has been done from the early days in Egypt, based on the governmental agreements already signed early 90s and after that in the millennium between the government of Egypt and other development partners such as Germany, France, Spain, Japan, Denmark. Frankly speaking, we have
collaboration with many international entities.
Exactly, and based on this collaboration, what has been done on the ground with such projects, and in addition to having a target to double what has been achieved in Egypt by the year 2022, inshallah, next year, by the year 2035, and to double the share of renewable energy by around 40 or 42%. How could it done? It will be based mostly on the private sector. Consequently, we have a major role for the international investors to come and invest in Egypt and make sure that all entities are welcoming them to come and invest and to offer all the support to ease business and to facilitate all the processes in Egypt, inshallah.
Yes, since you mentioned, Your Excellency, the private sector, so tell us, how can the private sector collaborate in order to achieve our dreams, let me say, for the future?
Based on the latest back for the legal framework, which is already issued by the year 2014, the renewable law. This is the umbrella or the legal door for the private sector to come and invest in renewable energy in Egypt, based on different schemes. And I'm not looking to have details for the technical issues, but there are different schemes. Private sector could come and invest in renewable energy either directly for the having direct contracts with the government represented by the electricity transmission company in Egypt, and in addition to the distribution companies, in addition to the customers themselves. It could be factories, it could be malls, it could be in agriculture, in solar pumping. There is a wide range of investment in Egypt in renewable energy, and this is the beauty of renewable energy. It not only to invest invest in large-scale projects, but also for SMEs, small and medium projects. It could start from a PP project with few kilowatt, with few hundreds or of Egyptian pounds until billion of investments. Consequently, this is one of the beauty of renewable energy to invest in Egypt.
Yes, and working hand in hand with the Ministry of Environment, I know that the authority is very keen that the different projects being implemented are all environmentally friendly. Because this is what means by translating clean energy on solid grounds. The electric cars, and yes, this has been also the directives of His Excellency the President. This is going to facilitate the lives of Egyptians,
using
and at the same time, make their lives also environmentally friendly. So learning and having this sense of awareness of respecting the environment and working according to international standards is a great shift today.
For sure, as you already mentioned, it's a cross-cutting dimension to work on sustainable basis.
Yeah.
We are not only focusing on generating electricity from natural resources, either wind, solar, even waste to energy is to use it. There is a specific law for producing electricity from waste to energy, also in addition to hydro, but also for having the transportation sector to greener this sector, which is totally focused on diesel fuel, and how could we reduce the subsidy bill. It is based on either using the natural gas, which is, as we can see this, in addition to the efforts already exerted now from different public entities for having electric cars, which is mostly will be dependent or partially to have its a source of electricity from renewable energy. And this will lead the country for another area of technology, which is a storage application of renewable energy.
Yes. Wrapping up and talking about the dreams for the future and the priorities on the list, Dr. Mohamed, and also collaborating with the world, Egypt is today opening to the whole world.
All the markets are opened for all the international investors. If I may, I can give a simple example. And before, when we were planning for Bimban, we were targeting 2,000 megawatt to be installed. We received 10,000 megawatt to be installed. More than 180 international investors came from all over the world, from the 4 dimensions of the world. And alhamdulillah, the doors are open to invest, and frankly speaking, not only in renewable energy, in all sectors. And now we can see the shift of paradigm, not only in the electricity sector, but also for the roads, for the infrastructure, also represented by the ports, for the water supply, for the sewage, for the transportation. All of these are harmonizing the efforts to invest in Egypt in any branch of investments. Either it could be renewable energy or any other one.
Yes, definitely. All those are new milestones added, and we are really very optimistic for the future of renewable energy in the country. We were very pleased to have with us Dr. Mohamed El Khayat, head of the new and renewable energy authority, as our guest of honor on Exclusive. His first. Thank you very much to Nile TV and for highlighting those important projects and also the future of renewable energy in Egypt. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me, and to have such or to shed more lights regarding the efforts of the state regarding the renewable energy applications. And thank you very much for the Nile TV for having such event.
Thank you so much, Dr. Khayat, and I thank you, dear viewers, for joining us. And until we see you again, have all the best.